What's up, folks? Welcome to a first ever episode of DP Does Cigars. How's everybody doing out there? Hope everyone's weekend is going okay so far. It is Sunday, 22nd of March, although I may post this a couple days from now once I get it edited, seeing how good I do with this. Never done a cigar show before. It's not really going to be a cigar review thing. I don't really want to get into that because, I don't know. Seems to me that the business has enough of those. And it's kind of hard to truly rate a cigar when you're getting 3 or 4 boxes for free with a bunch of swag. It's kind of hard to be honest. And honesty is a big thing to me. I'm sure some of you have seen cigar reviews before and you rushed out to get a box of something and found them to be absolute dog rockets. So, not my thing. Although I'm probably not going to bash any cigars. I'll just say not hitting me well. That's all. It's just not for my palate, which doesn't mean it's not going to be right for yours, because my motto is there's no such thing as a bad cigar. There's only better cigars. As long as you're out there giving it a try and smoking and enjoying the culture, it's all that matters. That's truly all that matters. Even if you're smoking a Gurkha or something flavored, it's all that fucking matters. You know what I mean? You might get your balls busted, but keep going, keep pushing, and keep exploring. So today I'm going with the Aurora ADN Super Toro, I believe, or Grand Toro it's called. 58 ring gauge. Not big on the bigger ring gauges. I think you lose a lot, but I'm a fan of La Aurora. I really am. So give this one a shot. You know, one of my favorite Auroras on the planet is this little Aurora Cameroon. I don't know if any of you have ever had it, but I mean, I'm a native New Englander. Now I'm way out west. I found one of these in the middle of buttfuck Wyoming in a humidor. And even out here, it's, you know, pound for pound, the best price cigar. Even out here, it was one of the best price cigars in that humidor. So for price, that what you get out of that for flavor, enjoyment, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. It's one of the best cigars you can get in this country, I think. Again, if you're gonna spend, you know, money on a what I call a lawnmower cigar, you know, just a cigar that you're gonna do yard work with. I mean, that's the price range right there, and you're getting a legit cigar every time. So we'll go with this ADN, something called Andulo, I believe. Let me pull it up. Never heard of it before. I've been out of the game for a long time. I was robbed of a second career in cigars by no fault of my own. So, Andulo is a hard to work tobacco that is unique in cigar making. Strength inspiring aromas and sweetness combined with a well balanced blend provides a completely exceptional smoking experience. Wrapper, Cibao Valley, Dominican Republic. Binder, Cameroon from Africa. Filler, Cibao Valley, Dominican Republic, Pennsylvania, and Nicaragua. Now, I'll go ahead with what they suggest the flavors that you're going to get, but I'll give you my opinion on that in a minute. Let me get it lit. It boasts woody notes, melted pleasantly with hints of sweetness that follow into a graham cracker finish. Another reason why I don't do reviews, or I don't want to, is because I often found that some of these people are just fucking retarded. And it often comes off as snobby because when you smoke a cigar and you don't taste earth, you think maybe your palate's not not there yet, or you're doing something wrong. Well, I don't know what earth tastes like. And what part of earth are we talking about? Dirt? Sand? A tree? A rock? I don't know. The ocean? Grass. Never eaten grass in my life. Leather. Well, I played in Little League, and yeah, I used to chew on the back of the leather straps of your baseball glove, but I've never smoked a cigar. and was able to replicate that taste ever in my life. Pepper, I put fresh black pepper on everything. Never tasted pepper in a cigar. Now, if by pepper you mean like a bite on your tongue, like the sensation of pepper, just say bite. Just say spicy. To me, it comes across as snobby when you hear these people. All I hear whenever they try to describe something is I get the hint of lemon meringue with a finish of whale cum. I mean, it just sounds fucking that ridiculous to me. And kind of snobby. So, all our palates are different, and I want you to enjoy it no matter what. I'm going to tell you, this is smooth, hit me well, I enjoyed it. You might think it sucks, you know, and vice versa. So I'll give you a little bit of history on me. I started cigars well over a decade ago when I was in law enforcement. I have a very sensitive sense of smell. I that is really good. That is really good. I'm on the retro hail. Yeah, that was a little graham crackery. I eat my words, but yeah. So I have very sensitive sense of smell, and I gag very easily. So especially when I made it to homicide and had to go to a couple of dead bodies. I say a couple, it was several, and but a couple of them were pretty ripe, and you know the trick back then was you rub a little Vicks Vapor Rub on your upper lip before you walk into the scene, but there was always an older guy or two there that would light a fresh cigar before they walked in, and so they all tasted like shit to me, but it was way better than what I was about to walk into. So I would smoke them, and we've all had those first cigar experiences, whether it's a bachelor party or a wedding or a golf outing, and someone hands you one, and you're drinking, you enjoy it, but you don't really taste it. You don't know what it's like, and then you get cigar mouth for like 3 or 4 days. You just can't get that taste out of your mouth, and that's how it started with me. But I also enjoyed the calmness that came with it. The calmness. I suffer severe PTSD, and I noticed it became more about the process. The lighting, the keeping it lit, just sitting there to myself in my own thoughts and being preoccupied with this kind of made the demons go away. Plus, it was the atmosphere. It was like no matter which cigar lounge you could go to, you get people from every walk of life, every different political agenda you can imagine. But it all went away. You could sit in a corner, leather chairs or not, and just carry on a conversation with people you would never get along with otherwise. If you met them at a bar, you'd probably throw a punch, but it was just different in that world, and that's why I like to promote the culture. There's no such thing as a bad cigar. There's only better cigars as long as you're doing it. So I really started to catch on, and then once I learned how to retrohale, that's when it really fucking took off. That's when I developed a true palate for it, and I started realizing that cigars that were my go-to cigars at the time, I hated at that point because the taste, the flavor, everything just comes out. And the retrohale and my palate really started switching. And then I hooked up with a cigar company, and I became the New England rep. And I was going to rep all of New England, and I was doing it while I was still a cop, and trying to get it done as much as I could, and the plan was to retire, and that be my retirement gig. I was set for life. I was just going to fucking completely dominate New England with that cigar brand, and I got sick. I retired in 2020. In 2021, I had held my last major event, and it was my most epic event at a cigar lounge in Rhode Island, my favorite cigar spot. It was a huge event, sold out. And the next day, I was on my hands and knees walking into a emergency room. I'm crawling into an emergency room, and I was actually sending out my goodbye notes, my texts to everybody, my son, my family, and I thought I was dead. I thought it was COVID, and it wasn't. Turned out it was the flu. And this was the first time I heard that there were two kinds of flus: good flu, which is the seasonal flu, and the bad flu. Both of them are bad, but there's two kinds of flus, and I didn't know this. And the seasonal flu is what you get the flu shot for, which I had that year. And this other flu, a different type of strain, is the one that kills people. And yes, it was fucking killing me. I couldn't breathe, and it took me about a week to recover, and I came out of that with my palate completely fucked. I couldn't do anything I used to. All my favorite foods, my favorite drinks, my favorite beer, my favorite tequila, and yes, cigars. Everything went to shit. If I was at a restaurant and somebody 4 tables away had something with onions on it, I would throw up all over the table. My sense of smell just became very heightened, but things I loved that were pleasant to me now made my stomach turn, and that includes cigars. Even unlit ones. I could walk into a humidor and start dry heaving. There's no lit cigars in a humidor if you're treating the humidor proper. I'm talking about a location, because I was still trying to sell cigars and couldn't smoke them, couldn't enjoy them, couldn't be anywhere near them. And everything went to shit. Everything went to shit. And I'm looking back on it now and realizing how much it actually helped with my mental demons, because I couldn't do that anymore. I was smoking 10 a day, and now I had no cigars. I couldn't enjoy the process. I couldn't enjoy the company. I couldn't enjoy the isolation, because I mostly smoked alone. It was just taken away from me, and then that second career, poof, gone. Gone. So, I'm going to skip through to the middle of this cigar, but let's see what others out there are smoking. What do we got here? Cigar Yummy. Looks like a nice Fuente with some booze. How you doing? Hope you enjoyed that. We also got Joe Watts, downtown Denver, smoking what looks like a Buenaventura. Can't see it from here, but I believe I know that label. Enjoy that cigar, Joe. What else do we got? Philip with the always reliable 858. You want to talk about good cigar for the price? Get yourself an 858 or the 858 Sun-Grown. I remember them. Used to smoke them by the box. Nancy Kaguro with the LFD kind of night, huh? Cigar o'clock. Hope you enjoyed that one, Nancy. What else do we got here? The Big Crawdaddy. I believe that's a crown head, right? La Imperiosa. And he gives us a little bit of the good book while we're at it. Thank you for that one, man. Needed it. And to come in with the tea bag, we got Super Dave dropping the Paul Larrañaga on us. Yes, my favorite cigar in the world. It's the Paul Larrañaga Petite Corona 2007 Asia Exclusivo. Probably can't get your hands on them now. If you can, you're going to pay for them. But man, that is the only cigar that I would actually commit a ritual sacrifice for if it was in front of me. Well, I'm about halfway through with this cigar. Getting ready to take the band off, and this thing is phenomenal. I mean, I really love this. This hits me well. Blends great with my palate. I think everybody here would enjoy it. But we'll take another short break right now. For those of you that have caught any of my other video segments, I kind of crush my my mental demons with a little bit of dark humor. So I present you with a segment I call Wood. What is Wood? You'll catch on real quick. What? 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 Don't worry, folks. As the show progresses and continues to gain steam, those segments will get a lot more intense. and a lot grosser. As you can tell, I am down to fingerprint burn off level with this, and it's totally worth it. The end is very intense, full of flavor. Looks like it's jumping out of frame, so I'll post it right here. But yeah, yeah, very, very intense. The flavor's unbelievable. I'm not going to be a cigar snob and tell you that I taste seashells with a hint of roofing shingles and all that bullshit. But this is definitely worth every penny my wife spent on it. I'm definitely going to let her buy me a shit ton more. You know what I'm saying? And that's the end of this first show. So we'll finish, as I finish all my segments, with a timeline cleanse. But before we go, to all those out there struggling with that mental demon, remember to stop, breathe, and survive. Later, bitches.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, there's a little fish in there. Oh, dear, dear.
Фу, такой гадкий пуп, бей.
Fucking hell, idiot! Guilt, because I'm picking my nose.
Like if the coffee got you doing that, maybe you should slow down on the coffee. Oh hell no! Get your ass away from me. Get your ass in that bathroom, bro.
Get him, Jay. I'm not a cop.
You got DP'd.